Well, obviously in tournament play, you can't celebrate a win too long because we'll be right back here in 21 hours. But I'm tremendously proud, not only of these three guys here, but the rest of those kids in the locker room. We battled. We played one of the most physical teams in our conference. They were senior laden. They have a lot of respect for how hard they play and how hard they compete. I just thought our guys played tough throughout. We got knocked on our heels to start the game, but we responded. And, to have Dee out there limping around, Isaiah's limping around, Matt Stainbrook pulling a Willis Reed. I honestly didn't think he was going to play 4 hours ago. So, again, just a great team effort. We move on to play a really good team in Creighton tomorrow night.
Raise your hands for questions, please. Right here, Shannon.
Chris, can you talk about Matt? What changed your mind and allowed him to come into the game tonight?
I just had it in my mind that he wasn't playing, for the last 10 days. I wasn't trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. These guys would tell you Matt's never practiced. He's never been around. He's in the training room. We knew he's working hard. He's very diligent in his approach. But as the week sort of wore on, Dave Fluker said, hey, Matt wants to at least try to warm up and do something on the day of the game, shoot around. I said, okay. And when he shot this morning, he looked pretty good. And again, we're going half speed for the most part and shoot around. But then as we were going back to the hotel, Fluke said he wants to play. And I said, well, I want him to play too, but it's not my call. And the doctor said he was cleared, and so we were going to use him as much as we could without overusing him. He did a great job.
Right here in the middle.
Chris, this is a team that certainly has been I guess it's kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde type place. Tonight, again, you certainly put on the gas, or put on the gear against a tough team like Marquette. These three gentlemen, of course, to the right, how big were their roles? Because it seemed like these guys had different types of roles, but very key roles.
Yeah, we really tried to spread Marquette out. They're so big. Otule and Gardner are two of the biggest post players we play, all year, and at times they're on the floor together. Jameel Wilson's playing the three at 6'8". So we tried to spread the court out as much as we could. Maj and Dee did a great job on ball screen situations. When you have Justin out there who can really attack a closeout and also space the floor with his shooting ability, not to mention down the stretch, each of these guys hitting free throws. It was a big night, but I would challenge you on the Jekyll and Hyde. We were playing a really, really tough conference. We won 20 games. We lost 9 without Matt. Matt goes down at Seton Hall. We're down 18-16, and we don't play with them until tonight. So, again, we play in a very tough conference, and our kids are resilient. We're not perfect, but we're good.
Right in the middle there.
Coach David Amendola, CBS Sports Radio. There are those that believe this win is going to push you into the NCAA tournament.
I like those people.
Me too.
Tournament like this, have any idea about maybe we should try to do this, we want to do this to improve the resume, or is it just the one game at a time to see what the chips fall at?
Probably everything about everything that you talked about. These guys, are smart kids. What am I going to tell them? Hey, don't worry about it. It has nothing to do with the incident. They have Twitter, they have Instagram. They know what's at stake. But I'd also tell you that every time we play a game from game one up until tonight, we always wrote the 4 letters in the top right of the whiteboard said NCAA, because deep down that's been a goal of these guys. We weren't there a year ago. Justin and Dee got to experience it as freshmen. Maj is yet to be in one, and that's a goal that we've had all year long. So they knew it was at stake, and glad we battled for it.
In front, yeah.
Jake Thomas was a thorn in your side in the first 2 games, 11 3-pointers, but tonight only had 1. What were you guys able to do to neutralize him tonight?
Well, we mixed up our defense between zone and man, and tonight we probably did the best job of playing zones we did all year. Early on, it probably scared our guys a little bit because they were getting so many high post catches and Burton was getting to the rim, but we never gave up both. We never gave up Burton diving to the rim or high post play and circle up threes by Jake Thomas. We took that away, and I think it really sort of surprised our big guys because they were on more of an island than they've ever been in zone. And then in man-to-man, Dee would tell you, like some of the shots that Jake Thomas hit in game 1 and game 2, you can't do anything about it. He hadn't made a lot of those all year. He's coming off staggers on 1 foot. Sometimes you got to tip your cap, but I thought tonight we were just as locked in as we've been.
Right here in the middle.
Chris, you guys have Creighton tomorrow night. How do you go about defending a player of Doug Rivers'
we just shut him down. You know what I mean? We don't let him catch the ball or shoot a three. Like, I mean, you know, you just try your best. Play as hard as you can. You try to deny his catches. You try to load to the ball. You try to contest his shots. And when you swallow a couple threes, you can't think it's the end of the world. He scored 3,000 points for a reason. But we beat him one time. We lost to him one time. In both games, he had 20-plus points. We just got to play, you know, their 5, not their 1, and do as good of a job on the defensive end as we can.
We have any questions for the players?
I have a question for Semaj Christon, who I will say Semaj, I'm sorry. I've watched you, of course, play since you were at Brewster Academy. You certainly were one of the best high school players in the country. Now you come to a school that certainly has great tradition here in basketball. His first season at the Big East. What has been the big transition of coming from the Atlantic 10 to a great conference like the Big East?
I just think the league's more physical. Guys better, bigger, stronger. Other than that, I mean, and every night you're going to have a tough game, home or away. So,
Do you feel like this was just a good example of what this conference is truly about?
yeah. Every night it's going to be a big game. So you got to be ready.
In front, Shannon.
Dee, 3 assists, no turnovers. A huge part of the game was turnovers coming into it, knowing you had 19 against Marquette last time. Can you talk about that aspect of the game and how important it was to take care of the ball tonight?
Yeah, that's what we practiced over for the last 3 days, is making sure that we were strong with the ball. So really, personally, I just tried to carry it over, but as a team, I feel like we did that as well.